Yuri and I walk down the hall in silence for a few moments until, surprisingly, she speaks up.
So, how is you and Natsuki's relationship progressing?
I can't tell what she's trying to convey with that question, but nonetheless, I owe her an answer. It's been great. Excellent, as a matter of fact. We spent a lot of time together, and she nursed me back to health when I got sick recently. I really enjoy her company.
I've heard that you're living together as well.
My heart drops slightly hearing this, as I wasn't aware this was public info yet. Yeah, things haven't been the best for her at home, so I decided to take her in.
Pardon my forwardness, but doesn't that seem a bit irresponsible this early in your lives and in your relationship?
That really isn't Yuri's business. Well, I wouldn't say so. I think we both know what we're getting into, so it's okay.
You say that now, but perhaps you won't feel that way in a few weeks. I'll just say this. Tread lightly.
Right, thanks. For the unsolicited advice, that is. Yuri and I find the water fountain, fill up the pitcher, then return to the club room and share some tea together. It may have been the most uncomfortable cup of oolong I've ever drank, but it at least tasted good. Soon after, the club meeting ends, and Monica dismisses the four of us. I meet Natsuki outside of the club room, then take her hand and swing our arms back and forth as we walk and talk.
So, how are things with Yuri?
Hard to say. She seemed nice to an extent, but she was also being a little cold. I don't know, maybe I'm just not super used to talking to her. I feel like I haven't gotten to know her as well as I could have since I joined the club.
Yeah, Yuri's a tough nut to crack, but don't worry, I'm here to help you bash her open to get the goodies inside.
Remind me to never let you near my zipper again. Natsuki slugs me in the shoulder.
Ugh. Dummy.
She thinks it's funny, but those punches hurt. What did you and Sayori do together?
She talked to me about this musical she's really into. It's kind of dark and depressing. Not really my style, but I'm glad she talked to me about it. Then I told her about me and you and how things are going. She seemed supportive, but when I brought you up, she didn't really seem to want to look at me a little too much.
Huh, weird. Maybe you dating her childhood best friend is kinda awkward to her still. I wouldn't think too much about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Walking for a bit longer, Natsuki and I finally arrived back home after what felt like the longest literature club meeting of our lives. At home, Natsuki and I are prepared to put the day behind us and look ahead to tomorrow. Or more precisely, ahead to tonight, as at around 5:30, Natsuki decides that she wants to start making dinner. What do we have? I haven't shopped in a little while.
You don't say.
She says that sarcastically as she opens a very painfully empty cabinet, letting the wind flow out of it. Sorry.
I'm just picking on you. I'd be happy to start making grocery runs for us. You know, just as long as you learn how to clean after yourself better.
Naturally, I think back to the tornado, also known as me, that blew through my kitchen this morning when I tried to make breakfast. Alright, I get it. No need to pick on me so much.
Did I hurt your feelings?
She says that with a sincere concern. No, don't worry.
Okay, good. I just don't want to actually offend you, you know.
A tsundere who doesn't want to insult me. Which slice of life manga did I wake up in this morning? I let Natsuki take control of the kitchen for the time being while she magically conjures up a dinner using nothing but instant noodles and soy sauce. I remember that I left the bedroom a bit of a mess this morning and adjourned to fix it up later. Oh wait, that's not how it's said. I adjourned to it to fix it up. There you go. I walk in and see mementos of our little experience and immediately start to get hormonal. However, I choose to push the feelings down so I can focus on my chores. Still, it's weird knowing I'm not a virgin anymore. I still feel just about the same, and I feel like Natsuki must have feel the same way too. It's not something I ever particularly cared about, but it's comforting knowing I finally got to experience one of life's greatest wonders, and sharing that moment with a girl like Natsuki is something I'll always treasure. Once and for all, I stop thinking about having sex. Heh, awesome. Then I start to pick stuff up off the floor. Natsuki's clothes sit on the ground and I pick them up, then throw them in the hamper to be washed. I look at the box of belongings Natsuki brought with her and realize that this outfit I just picked up is just one of very few she managed to fit into. Or fit into it, rather. I ought to sacrifice some of the money from my parents' stipend to let Natsuki go shopping soon. Not to mention, she might need some self-maintenance products like razors, shampoo, and other feminine things. I'm sure she has a lot of stuff at home, but I think she and I can both agree that we don't want to venture back to her old house. Her father must be infuriated with her and I both. I don't want to see what happens if I were to see him face to face, Yeah, sure. I'm scared I'd punch that piece of garbage in his mouth, assuming he doesn't do the same to me first. I finish picking up our dirty clothes, then I frustratingly attempt to make the bed. Once these tasks are completed and the room is more livable, I decide to take a break. I leave my bedroom and reunite with Natsuki. She's in the kitchen cutting vegetables and boiling some water on the stove. I have to give her credit, she's doing a whole lot with very little at the moment. What are you working on?
Trying to make some noodles with steamed veggies. Your pantry is not doing me any favors, but I can work some magic, just trust me.
I do trust you, Nats. Where'd you learn to cook so well anyway?
It was my mom who taught me.
Your mom? You haven't mentioned her before, have you? What's she like?
Hey, I don't really want a lot of distractions right now, so do you think you could,
Oh, sure, no problem. Sorry to disturb you.
It's okay, Hallie. You should be finishing your chore too, you know?
Well, pardon me for wanting a break.
We don't take breaks in this house. We take action.
You don't decide what we do in this house.
Give it time. You'll learn that I can be very persuasive.
I'll hold you to that. I leave the kitchen, then to return to the bedroom prepared to return to my tasks. I walk up to the box Natsuki brought with her and sift through it for a few moments, mentally preparing places where her belongings can be safely stored. As I'm looking through, I catch sight of something at the bottom. I reach into it, and it feels dense, with the texture of worn leather. I wrap my fingers around it, then pull it out, careful not to inadvertently let anything above it spill out onto the floor. Extracting the curious item, I see that it's a large, leather-bound book which appears to be several decades old. I open the front cover, and written in very well-preserved calligraphy, it reads, the Shimizu Family Cookbook. I wonder what's inside. I very delicately flip through the pages of the book, as it seems any careless motion can tear one of these ancient pages. It's filled with dozens of noodle, rice, meat, and seafood dishes, as well as lots of desserts. I notice that the handwriting has some variation, implying that this has been written in by multiple people. Sometimes there are notes in the margins in different handwritings or on the same recipe, with suggestions for ingredient substitutes or different portion sizes. From what I can gather, this is a cookbook spanning several generations of women in Natsuki's kin. I even see one or two cupcake recipes that Natsuki herself seems to write into this book. This is incredible. I have to ask her more about this. Cookbook in hand, I power walk my way back to the kitchen to smell some noodles and vegetables being cooked to perfection. I feel extra encouraged to try Natsuki's home cooking now that I have been acquainted with this book. Natsuki turns toward me and smiles.
Dinner's almost ready. Hey!
She notices the book in my hands, then dashes toward me, and instinctively I pull it away and above her head so she can't reach. At that moment, Natsuki punches me in the stomach, forcing me to lower the book toward my chest, and she snatches it from me.
Natsuki? What the hell?
Statement not question.
Oh my god, Hallie, I'm so sorry! I didn't mean to do that. Are you hurt?
The wind is a bit knocked out of me, but I regain my composure and take a deep breath and settle myself. I'm fine. Natsuki grabs my hand apologetically, then sets the book down on the table beside us.
I'm sorry, I just don't like other people touching this.
I'm sorry, too. I happened to look through it a little bit. My curiosity got the best of me.
No, it's fine.
Is there something you're trying to hide from me, Natsuki?
No, it's nothing. It's just an important family heirloom, and I wouldn't want anyone damaging it.
The implication with those words is that she doesn't trust me, but it's not important. I'm more zeroed in on the hesitation she had when I asked if she was hiding something. I can tell that, in fact, she is, and won't spill it. I'll ask her about it after dinner and the table is prepared, because it seems to be something important. After Natsuki and I set the table, I examine all the food she'd prepared for us. A delightful rice, noodles with some nose hair singeing spices and steamed vegetables. She also managed to prepare some miso soup, which I'm about to 90% certain I didn't have the ingredients for. She definitely did something wacky voodoo stuff while I wasn't looking, but as long as we're eating good, I won't complain. Once we divvy up the dishes, Natsuki and I sit and eat in a pronounced silence for several minutes. I look at her, but she's not making eye contact with me. She looks at the book beside her after every other bite she takes. Natsuki finally does look up at me and sees my utensil-less right hand and empty mouth.
How come you aren't eating?
I take a deep breath, trying to gather all the thoughts I need in order to say what I have to say as delicately as possible. However, Natsuki seems extremely worried.
I didn't do a good enough job for you, did I?
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, I should have known you wouldn't want me with all of this. I wish I could have prepared something else.
Natsuki begins to well up and I'm close to panicking. I know that Natsuki has had trouble with confidence in the past. She gets this hopeless look in her eye when she feels like she isn't good enough. I've seen it when she's shared poems with me, and I was always happy to assure her that I think very highly of everything she does and sets out to do. Right now will be no different. No, Natsuki, I promise you, it's all great. I couldn't ask you to do much more than this. You did an incredible job here. Natsuki, I'm worried about you. You seem really tense about this cookbook thing, and you got very distant when I brought up your mom earlier. If there's something you need to talk to me about, just know I'm right here and I want to know what's going on. Natsuki maintains the concerned expression on her face, then speaks up.
I don't want you to worry about me. I don't want you seeing that side of me, Hallie. I don't want to be abandoned again.
Natsuki, I will never abandon you. I'm taking the responsibility, as your boyfriend, to listen to your problems and understand you on a deeper level. Please help me to help you.
You're so special to me. You mean the world to me, Hallie. I'm so grateful to you, so I won't keep this in anymore.
Natsuki puts her left hand on the recipe book and strokes her fingers across it as if she's trying to absorb its aura.
This book, it belongs to my mama. And her mama before her. It's been passed down and passed around for generations for a few decades now. My mom was the last person to own it before me. I just don't like to talk about her because it hurts me, and I'm scared you'll think I come with way too much baggage and you'll leave me, which would hurt me even more.
Natsuki, I'm your boyfriend. I vow to you that I'll never leave you because you've been through hard stuff in the past. I want you to tell me about your mom, as long as you're comfortable with it.
I wasn't super comfortable with it before, but you changed that really quickly, so I'll go ahead and tell you.
Natsuki takes a deep breath as if she requires all the oxygen in this room for what she's going to say next.
My mom was the best lady I knew, and when she was with my dad was a good person. And their marriage wasn't perfect, but they loved each other and they loved me. And I loved both of them so much.
Natsuki clenches her eyes closed, trying to block off any tears from escaping. Natsuki, you don't have to feign strength for me. I promise I won't judge you for crying. As I say this, Natsuki starts to sob and take rapid breaths for several moments before regaining her composure. She sighs, then continues.
So, when I was 8 years old, my parents and I took a road trip together. Everything was going fine, but it was late at night and my parents were both tired and cranky from being on the road. One thing led to another, and eventually, we crashed. My mama, she didn't make it. She died on impact.
Natsuki. I stand up and walk over to her, letting the horrific tale she just told re-enter my brain. It's hard to process, but I'm trying my hardest. I give Natsuki a hug as she cries into my chest. It's okay, Nats. You can stop there for tonight. I don't want you to feel too hurt. But I'll be here to comfort you tonight and every night for the foreseeable and unforeseeable future.
Allie.
Yeah?
I already told you, no more nicknames.
Her sobs start to slowly fade into giggles, and I squeeze Natsuki tighter. Don't play with fire or you'll get burned. Natsuki and I share a laugh as we continue to hug. I hope you aren't mad at me for prying so much.
No, you weren't prying. I'm glad I told you. You gave me the strength I needed to take this step with you. I feel like we can trust each other so much more now that I told you my secret.
Do you have more to tell me?
Yes, but not right now.
I return to my seat and finally begin eating Natsuki's delicious food. I'm in pure bliss with every bite, and I'm so lost in it that I don't notice her leave the room.
I was just putting the book in a safe spot. Thank you again for being so understanding. And not pressing charges for me kicking you in the stomach.
It was a punch. This amazing food is enough recompense for what you did.
You're a dork. And I love you.
I love you too, Natsuki. I continue to eat, and so does Natsuki. Whether she wants to admit it or not, she and I are each other's family now, and I treasure getting to have a family dinner with her. Like I treasure every moment the two of us share. Natsuki, I will hold on to you and never let go. She and I are going to continue to thrive in this home. In our home. It's dawn outside. There's a pitter-patter of rain on the roof. The lights from the highway flash by, faster than the eye can see. I try to chase the droplets on the window. I'm too tired to keep up, but the noise keeps me up. The noise, the voices, they're noisy, and they're coming from up front. Katashi, I told you our exit was coming up. I know. Then why did we miss it? Maybe because someone can't stop talking for 5 minutes. I give up on listening in. This always happens. They get angry at the slightest thing. Like when Mom... Oh, we're Natsuki.
Like when Mom forgets to do something around the house. Or when Dad comes home barely standing up. Parents are funny like that. It's hitting the top in front of the car. It's making more noise, but it's cooler. It makes me want to sleep because of how... because of how long it lasts. It's like a drawing made of stars on the glass. Almost like if I could reach out and grab it. I reach out, but to grab nothing in particular. I'm bored. Well, Mom? Dad? The noise stops for a second. My mother turns around and looks at me.
What is it, sweetie?
How long is it going to be till we get home? My dad looks away from the road.
As long as the traffic... Sayori!
As long as the traffic is good, we should be there any soon.
Oh my god, Katashi!
It was only a second. He only took his eyes off for an instant. To look at me. This is so unfair.
Well, on that lovely note, I think I'm going to call it, actually, because it's a little bit late at night for me to be recording this, but, we'll pick up with the rest of Natsuki's route next time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you next time with more of a normal VN. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.